Okay, so today I'm going to be making homemade pizza, and I'm going to make my dough in the bread machine. I have a dough setting. You can buy dough from the grocery store. Sometimes you can even buy it at like a pizza shop. They sell dough already made. But I have a recipe that I like to follow here, and so I'm going to do that right now. And then I'll show you how we make the pizza sauce and then what I put on for cheese, because we like this to be kind of like Papa Gino's pizza from New England. We can't get that down here, so we had to find a way to make it ourselves. Okay, so we're going to start off with 1 cup of water. And then just add everything as is listed by ingredient to the pan for the bread machine. 3/4 teaspoon of honey, and I have a little trick for this to keep the honey from sticking to the measuring spoon. I just add a little bit of oil, because if you add the honey, it won't come out, it'll stick. So this is just 3/4 of a teaspoon. Doesn't want to come out. It's been in the cabinet for a little while. Okay, that's good. So just add that. And then 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Okay, and 1.5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. We use the light olive oil, it doesn't really matter. Okay. And then we're going to do 3 1/4 cup of bread flour. And I have my bread flour in this container here. Okay, so that's our bread flour. And then 1 3/4 teaspoons of yeast, and I have this bread machine yeast. So 1 3/4. And I'm going to use the 1/2 teaspoon and do 2 just because I used the 1 teaspoon for honey and I don't want to use that again. All right. And it's just that easy. So the bread machine has, this is a Cuisinart bread machine, and it has a dough setting. And I use this when I make rolls, or if I'm gonna make cinnamon rolls, and then I also for pizza dough. So we just put the pan in. Make sure I have it set to the dough setting, and then just press start. And this is gonna take about an hour and a half for the dough to be ready. And then we're gonna, in the meantime, make the sauce, and we'll tape that and show you how that's done.
Also appearing on camera today, which I will not collect a fee for, is the sauce guy. So whenever we have meatballs, I do meatballs and sauce for lasagna, and sauce for pizza. This is my department. And we're just gonna start off with the same base that I do for all of these, which is to put the cap in the pot. No, olive oil, coat the bottom. Onions and peppers from last night. No, that's a line from Family Guy, from the freezer. And we're just gonna put them in, put this on high. Sprinkle them in there, that looks good. So I got what I've been looking for. Got this in, got it on high. Gonna wait for it to start to sizzle. I'm gonna add in the can of crushed tomatoes, 1 can. I'm just going to chop this up a little bit. I got a big piece of red pepper here. That's not going to work. We want to not just chop it up with the spatula. You can hear the bread machine grinding away in the background. And, you know, why don't I do a spice dish while I'm at it? So it's starting to sizzle. I think it's still good. Some salt, pepper, a little bit of the Parmesan, Romano on here, and the Italian seasoning, which is also going in the... Now we're getting a real good sizzle here, so I don't want to leave that too long. I'm going to get the crushed tomatoes in there so the onions don't burn, because if the onions burn, it'll start all over again. We're going to get that in, mix it around. And this sauce, unlike the other sauces that usually have some meat involved, this doesn't. We're going to quick cook this for about an hour. It will be a little bitter without the meat to soften it. So we're going to add just a sprinkle of sugar. This is the only one I use sugar. That's good. And then we're going to put a spice plate, flip it over, mix that in. And we're going to turn this down to low. Low as she'll go. I'll go over the small burner low. This has alternating burners, 1 large, 1 small. That should be enough. Okay, back to Tammy.
Okay, so the pizza dough is done. It's been about an hour and a half in the bread machine. And the first thing I'm gonna do is set the oven to preheat. So we're gonna just preheat that to 375. And I'm gonna take the pizza dough out. Now, this dough that I made, this will make 2 12-inch pizzas. And so I'm just gonna take the dough out of the bread pan and take the paddle out. And then I'm just going to cut this in half. And we know we'll get two 12-inch pizzas. And then just put one aside for right now. I have this 4-cheese Mexican style blend. It's basically cheddar cheese. That's what the Papa Gino's pizza uses, cheddar cheese. The difference between mozzarella, a lot of the pizza places around here, like in the West Virginia area, use mozzarella cheese. It doesn't have as much flavor, and it's kind of stringy, we find. We don't really like it as much as cheddar cheese. And then I found out that Papa Gino's uses the grated Parmesan and Romano. Romano cheese has a stronger flavor than Parmesan. I guess it has a higher salt content, so it's a little stronger flavor. So that's the difference between like a traditional pizza and the way that the Papa Gino pizza is made. So what I'm going to do is just stretch the dough. And so just kind of form a circle. I guess, you know, sometimes I use a rolling pin, mostly when I make cinnamon rolls, but they say not to do that for the pizza dough because it has risen for about an hour, so you don't want to get all these bubbles that have formed out of the pizza. So we'll just put it on the counter and just kind of stretch it out. And then kind of form a crust a little bit. And you can do the kind of like pizza like they do in the pizza place. I'm no expert, but just kind of stretch it out a little bit. Go from hand to hand. And then I'm going to just put it on the pizza pan and finish stretching it. Once you get it kind of in a circle, you can finish stretching it on the pizza pan. Okay, so I have the pizza spread out to about a 12-inch round pizza, and we like the thin crust pizza. But if you want it a thicker crust, you can just make the pizza smaller. It takes a little while to stretch the dough. It can be a little bit finicky, but just keep working at it till you have it the size that you'd like. And I'm going to measure the sauce just to kind of give an idea. We like it on the saucy side and with less cheese, but I'll just measure out, let's see, probably about 3/4 of a cup here. See how much I use. I can kind of eyeball it. So that seems about right. That's about 3/4 of a cup of sauce, just to give an idea. But like I said, you can use less if you want less. And then I have 1 cup of cheese measured here. I'm going to put about half of that. And then I'm going to add the Romano and Parmesan cheese and just sprinkle that on. And then I also have some Italian seasoning, so that adds a nice flavor. Just sprinkle some of that on. And then just add the rest of the cheese. And that seems about the right amount. That was about 1 cup of the shredded cheddar cheese. Now, we're not going to add any toppings. At this point, you could add any toppings that you'd like. And I have the oven set to 375, and I'm just going to put it in the oven and cook that for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, so I added a couple extra minutes. I set it for 15 minutes at 375, and looks like it's just about ready to come out now. So that's about 17 minutes just in the middle, but it depends on your oven. So I'm just going to take it out of the oven. And you can see, just check the bottom and see if it's a little bit brown, then you know it's done. Looks good. I'm just gonna get that off the pizza pan and then slice it up. So this is how we make Papa Gino's pizza, and hope you'll give it a try and hope that you like it. Let us know. Thanks for watching. Bye.